For years, he delighted fans on the hit drama Grey's Anatomy. We all remember McSteamy, don't we? Eric Dane is back on TV in a new series, very different from Grey's. This one's about action and adventure. It's called The Last Ship, and the concept is fascinating. Eric joins us this morning. Hi, thanks for the time.
Absolutely, thank you.
Sure. What is this show about? I've seen the promos, the trailer, I've been reading about it. Would you tell our viewers?
It's about a ship that heads out to the Arctic to test some cold weather weapons. On board as a scientist. We're up there for about 5 months, and while we were out, a virus decimates 80% of the world's population. And the scientist on board our ship has been collecting samples. She's sort of the last hope to save humanity if she can synthesize a vaccine. But we run into problems along the way and back to the States. We realize that, you know, home is not what it used to be. So, you know, 30 years ago, this would have been something that was considered science fiction, and now it's somewhat probable, which is terrifying.
I think that's an interesting point that you raise. And for people who've read the novel, how similar is the show compared to the book?
Well, the book takes place in the Cold War era, and we just substituted the Cold War for a virus, although we do have some Russians that we get mixed up with. It's very loosely based on the book.
With Grey's Anatomy, of course, we remember the show, loved you in it. I imagine you studied up on medical terminology quite a bit for that role. How did you prepare for this
We
role?
had, well, we had on-the-job training with Grey's Anatomy. And with this show, it was fairly similar, but for the most part, I just put on the uniform.
Your kids, are they old enough now to sort of process your celebrity, to watch any of your stuff, or are you trying to maintain just sort of the dad role with them?
I maintain the dad role. My oldest thinks I'm a mechanic because I walk around the house fixing things. So when Daddy goes to work, she just assumes I'm going off to fix things.
Do they have any interest? I mean, living in California, have they expressed an interest in show business? And what would you support that? Would you steer them away from it?
Yeah, I don't know. I want them to go to college first, and if they decide to study fine arts in college, then more power to them. I will support it wholeheartedly.
Yeah, and the thing about the internet, as you well know, Eric, there are some nice clips of you on YouTube, and I bet one of these days they'll say, "Oh, Dad," everybody else was swooning, and yet they will be embarrassed. Anything else you're working on, or is The Last Ship keeping you pretty busy?
The Last Ship is keeping me pretty busy. I just finished a film called Grey Lady in Nantucket about 3 weeks ago, and I'm heading off to Montreal in July to shoot a 4-hour, 2-part miniseries called The Fixer.
Nice. I'm going to be
so
careful.
I'm pretty busy these
I want to
days.
be careful about how I say the name of the show after that slip just now. I'm going to take my time.
I didn't catch it.
I didn't go there. I got it right,
okay.
But it was close enough.
You got close enough.
The Last Ship premieres Sunday night at 8 o'clock on TNT. Eric, we appreciate your time, and we're thrilled to know you're back on our TVs.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you, Mike.